The tallest athlete in this field at 6 feet tall. Joey Kimden, we spotlighted her, 5'1". Melissa Wistrom is 5 foot even.
Speaking about stuff that we want to focus on with events such as these, spending less time on the rope is going to reward you with faster times getting to the yoke and back onto the run. So the more efficient you are climbing up this rope, and Franklin doing just that with that big frame, the easier it's going to be to pick up that yoke and walk it down North Park. Also, once they do get to the yoke, want to make sure that core is locked in nice and tight. Elbow position important, keeping the torso upright and keeping that yoke balanced as much as possible. I've seen a number of athletes struggle on the first yoke carry. They're just not ready for it once they do come back from the run, and their feet are just a little bit narrow.
A little bit more than 2 minutes gone by. The first yoke's starting to move. And the first 44-foot yoke section being completed. Jessica Martinez is the second one to get her yoke through. Here comes Franklin, again 6 feet tall. Figure the yoke would, or rather the rope would be in her wheelhouse. She wanted rope climbs too. That was one of her goals. She got it.
Martinez, just because of the stagger of the positioning, actually came out onto the run in the first position.
Martinez in the blue bottom and white top on the outside of the track.
Stephanie Roy not too far behind. It's about 30 to 40 meters. But she doesn't have to worry too much about the other competitors just yet. Staying in that position for Stephanie is going to give her 80 points. Although we are only in round 2. This is a 300-meter run. They'll now get into 3 rope climbs and then 2 of 4 yoke carries down the turf at the North Park.
Martinez came in 10th place to start things off today, but again picked up an event victory already. Joey Kimden was in the maroon, keeping pace with Martinez up front. Kimden began the day in 2nd place. She began the event in 3rd. There's Kimden.
And proving that you don't need to be a tall athlete to be efficient at rope climbs. Even if it is a little bit taller. And getting up to the top of the Zeus rig. She's getting a great lock on with her feet and catching it really fast before she stands up. So a little bit of a mistake at the top then. Just not locking those feet in enough, but she's actually getting up there in 3 pulls of the rope, which is pretty impressive considering she's not a very tall athlete.
Kimden is really good at doing things people of small stature should not do, though. She also plays cello in pit orchestras for her community theater productions back in Corvallis, Oregon. The cello and Joey Kimden at 5'1" are similar in stature. I can say that as someone vertically challenged myself. Defying the odds, she is crushing the rope climbs and now onto the yoke, and this is in the wheelhouse for Kimden. She can squat 310 pounds. So picking up 380 and moving it. Cake. We put it in perspective for you a couple of different ways over the course of the day. 380-pound yoke. You an American football guy, Jeremy?
Not really.
William the Refrigerator Perry. Remember him from back in the day?
No.
350.
Ooh.
So you're essentially carrying the Chicago Bear great 44 yards. The rugby quiz will be later. I'll fail, so it's all good.
That's good. I'll pass that one.
We've hit the 6-minute mark. 10 minutes of work left to do in this 4-round event. Kimden with Martinez on her heel. See Martinez shaking out the arms, trying to give herself some life before getting back to the rope climbs. Kimden, in the meantime, just cruising. Arms look like she's in good shape coming around the bend. Martinez won the PS Event 5. Kimden won the handstand walk Event 2. We're going to pull an audible on this one. We'll have to apologize to Kelly Friel.
Big time.
That looked like 406. And it's tough to tell sometimes with our angle and looking from a distance. Looked like 406 on her leg. It is a 405. That is Kelly Friel, who has been in the lead. Also, short in stature, 5'3", climbing rope, not a problem. Kelly Friel, in the meantime, came in second place. She has an event win in the double. That was the snatch event yesterday. Second in the 1-rep shoulder to overhead today. And the shoe was untied. All right, so Kelly Friel is your leader with Jessica Martinez. And that puts her in good stead, trying to pick up some ground on Stephanie Roy.
The third of 4 yoke walks, and that is a great positioning of that yoke. Elbows pointing to the floor. Core lock tight. And back on for round number 4.
There is your overall leader, Stephanie Roy, moving that yoke.
Only 12 points separating 1 and 2. Friel with an event win here with 100 points. Will close that gap to 2 points if Stephanie stays in that second place position.
All right, so Friel is back out now for her final lap. Put this in perspective from what we saw out of the 35 to 39-year-old division. Sam Briggs was done now.
She's a freak.
That is the way that Sam Briggs demolished this event. Kelly Friel will demolish it in her own right here with Jessica Martinez on her heels.
Martinez now in between herself
that is Martinez too, by the way.
And Roy, which could shake up the top of the leaderboard coming to the back end of day 2 of competition. It propelled Kelly Friel into that top spot. So things stay the way they are. What a great start to the first CrossFit Games competition for Kelly Friel.
6 minutes to go in this final event of day number 2. Taking a break on that yoke. This the third yoke move. What's causing the struggle?
The struggle, I was about to say, the steps are too long. With a yoke, you can't get those strides at a very long distance apart. You need to make sure they're just short little choppy steps. Heel and toe, get those feet nice and wide. The stand-up's good, the elbow position's good, but the stride is still a little bit too long. Now that's a better one now. Short little choppy steps is going to get that straight over. So it's a lot better positioning. As Friel is now off and running, or almost running, for the 4th and final yoke carry. And she's had no trouble.
That is an event victory for Kelly Friel.
Her second after 2 days of competition. And Martinez getting in just before Stephanie Roy.
But how about Stephanie Roy picking it up and very quietly earning herself a third-place spot and minimizing the damage that Kelly Friel could do.
Kelly Friel will still end the day in that #1 spot. Halfway through competition, Martinez sneaking away in that last round. Kelly Friel, double thumbs up.
So 3 women are finished, and we are looking for a 4th.
Joey Kimden, center of screen. There she is.
Yes.
We found her.
All 5'1" of the 40-year-old Kimden. She will get legged out, though, at the bottom of your screen. Actually, is going to lose 2 spots. She might get legged out at the top of the screen. That's going to be awfully close. Kimden comes in 6th. Novelli got ahead of her. And so did Franklin, who came in 5th. Joey Kimden now in 6th, as you'll see those finishers start to come in across the top of your screen.
Sema Verba finishing up.
7th place for the Michigander.
The rope starting to become a bit of a struggle. Nielsen finishing up with her last rope climb now, 1 44-foot yoke carry to go.
Laura Nielsen adjusting her knee braces before this final 44-foot yoke carry. Someone who has a chance to thrive here at the CrossFit Games.
I'd like to see those elbows pointing down a little bit more, and that will just stop the sway of that yoke. And the legs starting to fail.
Anna Kaminsky, the Aussie, is through.
Couldn't back up her event win here at the North Park last year, but Kaminsky coming in 9th position.
This is Trina Hewart, who gets out from under the weight of the yoke at the bottom of the North Park. It's an 11th place finish for Hewart. Melissa Wistrom in 12th. Time cap is 1 minute and 40 seconds away.
This division's been a little bit surprising with the speed of the girls getting through early and the number of athletes that are starting to fatigue and fall behind.
This is Janet Black, the former champion of the CrossFit Games. Done and exhausted with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Jen Dieter, Erin Carter. Carter came in as the 1 seed in this division. She picks up a 14th here in the rope and yoke. Karen McAdam.
And that last yoke carry from McAdam, really great positioning.
There's Ada Keplinger with a 16th. And Anna Kaldush, who had such a good morning, still out on the course, trying to finish this thing out, having just completed her 3rd yoke carry as we hit the time cap.
What an absolutely taxing day for all of these age divisions. And with the sun coming out, just another factor for fatigue.
One more round of ladies.
Dominating performance from Kelly Friel.
2018 Reebok.
Well, let's take a look at how Kelly Friel did it. The second half of it and the first half.
But Martinez, left of screen in the white and blue, getting out early just because of that staggered start. But it was a great race back and forth with Kelly Friel. Once she got to the start of it, that was it. And the position of her yoke carry was probably the thing that got her over the line. We're just going to fix that shoelace up on the way down.
It's a wise move.
Very wise move. And then that upright torso and that almost sprint to the line got her the event win and 100 points.
Kelly Friel, we think, is with Nikki.
That's a great win for you, Kelly, especially after some really strenuous events here. I saw just a couple hours ago on your Instagram, you had posted that your legs were on fire. You were trying to get into an ice bath. Now, after another event, how is your body feeling?
Pretty knackered. Yeah, the quads are on fire again.
It's your first time here at the Games, and I see your family standing by. You have a great support system. What has this experience been like for you so far?
It's been amazing. I never thought I'd ever get here. So having my family is awesome.
That's great. Nice job today.
Thank you.
Well, Kelly Friel keeps herself in contention, putting the pressure from the number 2 spot on the champ from last year's 35-39 division, Stephanie Roy. It's an event victory for Kelly Friel. She wins by 11 seconds over Jessica Martinez, who has a great push to finish day 2. Stephanie Roy, your overall leader, came in third to earn herself 80 points. Kelly Friel will now actually surpass her. The difference was 12. The difference in this event, 20. So Friel will go into day 3 of 4 as your overall leader in this 40 to 44 bracket. North Park here at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison, Wisconsin. Masters action at the Reebok CrossFit Games 2018. Jeremy Austin, Joel Gadet, and Nikki Brazier down on the turf today as the sun comes out. It's going to start to get hot down there to finish out our day 2 action in the Masters division. This is women 45 to 49, where Amanda Allen has flexed her muscle so far through a day and 7/8 of competition.
Sitting on top of the leaderboard, Amanda Allen coming in a little underprepared the way she would have liked. But I tell you what, once they hit 3, 2, 1 go on event 1, she just went forward and she is decimating her competitors. That's how she put it anyway. She's on a very destructive path also. But Tonya Osborne, 2 third-place finishes at the games in the last couple of years. And we are into event number 6, 4 rounds, 300-meter run. The rope climbs, 4, 3, 2, 1. They will decrease every round. And a 44-foot yoke carry for every round. They will be carrying a 380-pound yoke, or 172 kilos, and a 16-minute time cap. A lot of these athletes not needing it.
Sam Briggs at the 35 to 39 division did this in 9 minutes and change. Take a look at your lane assignments. Tonya Osborne in lane 11 is chasing down Amanda Allen. Right now, 26 points behind. But it's Jolene Undershoot who's made a late charge here on day 2.
And she seemed very happy with her work, especially on day 2 of competition. But 3 straight wins at 300 points. Can she cut down that gap to Amanda Allen?
Underway for this final event 6, the final one of day 2. You want to be efficient on the rope, no?
Oh, it's all come down to the rope and how fast you can get up and down. A lot of leg fatigue from event 5 this morning with the dumbbell squats. So minimizing the time you can spend on the rope, especially with your grip. They've had a row, they've had a ski erg this morning as well. So the entire body's pretty much smashed. So minimizing the time you can spend under tension, and you're going to do pretty well in this event. Core, getting that locked on nice and tight. When you start doing the yoke carries, the first yoke carry has really surprised the athletes once they do come down from that 4th rope climb, and they've got to steady themselves a little bit more. But once you do get on there, we've got to get that moving as quick as possible. Keeping that upright torso, short, choppy steps, a little bit wider stance will make sure you get that yoke down the 44-foot segments as efficient as possible.
Our first split on the first 300-meter run as Patty Como makes her way all the way to lane 1 on this Zeus rig. About 1 minute and 12 seconds to get out and then back into the arena. And everything will start to even out a little bit as everyone gets through their series of 4 rope climbs. There is Nicole Abbott. She was your number 1 seed coming into this, although she enters the event in 10th place overall. Listen, she's a games rookie. Came in as one of those, like, basically her quote was, who does that? I'm the number 1 seed in my first games? That's unheard of. So she's trying to do this both to compete, but also for some experience so that, hey, next year she can come back and chase down Amanda Allen.
Abbott with a great start in 2nd place on event number 1. But Amanda Allen has been so consistent. Only 1 event win so far, and that was on the handstand walk, and she did go unbroken on that. But staying consistent with a 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. And she wants to finish off a day 2 in one of those top 3 positions in event number 6 and stay on top of that leaderboard with a little bit of room to move. And she is our first athlete onto the yoke walk.
And it is a piece of ease for Amanda Allen.
You notice that those sleds or the skids underneath the yoke, there's a lot of distance between the bottom of the yoke and the ground. That's a really smart move from Amanda because she has got a room to move if it does start swaying a little bit. So the athletes can set it up. Nicole Abbott doing exactly the same thing. So these girls have obviously done their homework. We've seen in the previous age divisions, some have set it a little bit lower to make it easier to get off the ground. But if you get a little bit of sway on, it can dig into the turf and start hurting you pretty badly. Amanda now off on her 2nd run, and she will really start pulling ahead.
It's such a great contrast in the battle between Allen and Abbott because you've got Allen, who is kind of this pro CrossFitter, so to speak. She's been Games champion twice in the Masters division. She's going to give it a go in the Open division again next year when she's back fully healthy, not coming off the surgery she had on her abdomen in December. Abbott, on the other hand, one of the things she told us is she's watching the update shows, and our good friend Rory McKernan calls her a regular CrossFitter. She said, that's what I am. I'm a regular CrossFitter. I show up, I CrossFit, and now I'm the one seed at the games. It's such a cool contrast to see them push each other here this weekend.
You mentioned Amanda Allen being her best next year. What do you call this?
Well,
imagine if you've got another 12 months to prepare.
We mentioned it this morning. Amanda Allen had surgery back in December to remove 4 kilograms of fibroid tumors from her torso. 12 weeks post-surgery, she was in the Open. She was supposed to miss 3 months. Totally. In the Open, finished 6th.
At the start of the Open, she also overhead squatted 135 pounds. So obviously she's done a lot of work with that core.
Well, do the math there. 12 weeks post was the Open. That's 4 months. She was supposed to miss 3 months. So 4 weeks of ramp up to be 6th in the world.
She surprised herself, and I reckon a lot of people right around the world at where she finished, and proving it wasn't a fluke, because now she's just starting to dominate the whole field of the 45 to 49 Masters.
Well, listen, she's been through so much in her life as well. It's well chronicled, the battles that she has fought through and won with alcoholism, with depression, how CrossFit has helped her get through those things as well. And Amanda Allen basically said, listen, do you have the depth of character to step up? CrossFit is about fear, conquering your fear, and she's channeled all of that through her successes here. It's part of what makes her tough to beat. There's that extra little element that not everybody has.
Be unkillable, the quote she comes out with. But Amanda looking super comfortable and a great position for that yoke. There's 2 done. Having a look around, but there is no one to look at because she is way out in front. As she starts the 3rd run, Abbott starts to walk the yoke down. For her 2nd carry, Amanda just leaving North Park.
Allen has a massive lead. Abbott just put her yoke down. Merrill Mullis also making a move. One of the taller athletes, so rope climbing is going to be in her wheelhouse. There's Marcy Wells, who just put her yoke down as well, the 46-year-old out of Wilmington in North Carolina. She was 6th in this division a year ago, and that was after she had not made the games a couple of years. Hey, do I have what it takes to get back here? The answer was yes.
Amanda Allen, bottom of screen, and Nicole Abbott nowhere in sight. And Amanda will probably get the most of this portion of the run done. There's Abbott at the top of screen. I'd have to say 70 to 80 meters back.
Oh, at least.
But making up a lot of time on the rope climbs and the yoke as well. So Nicole Abbott probably very happy to sit in that 2nd position. She finished with a 2nd in event 1, which was a battleground presented by the U.S. Marine Corps.
A 7th, a 15th, a 12th, and a 14th since that for Nicole Abbott, who's chasing down Amanda Allen. The massively enlarged North Park here in our sophomore season in Madison, Wisconsin for the CrossFit Games. It's fun for these Masters athletes to get out here too and compete in this venue.
Well, you're thinking about different components you've got to deal with right across the 4 days of competition. You just don't want to be stuck doing one certain thing in one certain place. So the more components you can add to the events, some are going to be tougher. Like the cloud has been over North Park for most of the day. Came out for a little bit, and now it's got a little bit cooler.
Well, they are on turf down there as well. There's some heat that comes out of that. It's just like it would be at any football field or soccer field. It gets hot as that turf absorbs whatever sun it can. Amanda Allen's from Australia. That's kind of normal.
Well, this is She's only about an hour south of where I live, and our winter is not a normal winter. It's pretty much the same conditions as we're in now.
Winter.
So our winter is pretty much
This is summer.
Yes, I know, but it's So this sort of stuff, Amanda would be used to, like just doing normal workouts in her winter. Like, it's a little bit hotter in summer, obviously. But yeah, that's why we live there, because it's, winter's enjoyable. We don't have snow or anything.
3 rounds down for Amanda Allen. Once she departs the stadium, she will have a 300-meter run, 1 rope climb, and 44 more meters of moving that yoke across her shoulders.
I reckon she's going to extend this run lead to about 200 meters from Nicole Abbott, who has just started the trek back up North Park. Will be about another 10 seconds before we see Abbott.
Abbott's one of those people that came out on a mission. The quote she gave us, and it will loom large all weekend, is, "I came here to demolish the insert word of choice field." Allen pulling no punches, and she is living up to exactly what she laid out.
I'm actually really excited to see not only what Amanda Allen can do, not just at this CrossFit Games event, but in the coming 12 months, how she'll sit in that Pacific Regional. She's not a spring chicken, but she still wants to throw down with the open division at regionals. Continues on this path, she's going to do a great job getting into that.
Well, she's been to regionals plenty of times.
She just lives at regionals. Individual competitor back in 2011.
Friday afternoon.
Just have to make sure they don't know you're still in there. They'll let you stay in the arena.
Amanda Allen looking really comfortable now. We've got 1 rope climb, 1 yoke carry to finish. Nowhere near Sam Briggs' time, but that's okay because she's not human.
Different divisions. Different divisions for different reasons.
Yes.
11 years, Sam Briggs is elder. Done climbing rope at 10:41, and Amanda Allen will pick up 380 pounds and deposit it 44 feet downfield.
Something Amanda hasn't done that I've seen a number of athletes do on this event is look around to see where everyone is. Abbott to the left of screen in the pink and blue, just coming down now to the last yoke carry. Amanda better get a wriggle on here. We've had a couple of close calls, but I think she's going to be safe getting through.
Yeah, Abbott has really kept pace. Allen is going to win, but look at Abbott coming up on her heels. Allen, yoke down, event win in her back pocket. That's her second of these games. And a good job by Abbott to come through in second place. That is her second place finish. That'll climb her further up the top 10, looking to get on that podium in her games debut.
Amanda Allen, 1-1, 2, 3, 3, 4. If you want to be at the top of the leaderboard at the end of Sunday, that is the exact way to do it. Consistency right across the board, but Abbott doing a great job with that second place finish.
Very close to getting that yoke across the finish line and then almost backward.
And there's that sway I was talking about.
Merrill Mullis, the former volleyball player at Illinois, using her height to her advantage in this rope climbing event.
Doesn't matter what division we've been in right across the day, it's a similar position once they do get over the finish line. Still plenty of time on the clock. Nancy McKegg coming through now. Elbow position really good. And those little short choppy steps serving her well as she comes over.
Final games appearance for Nancy McKegg for now. Family vacation planned this time next year. Getting in while she can here in 2018. 3 minutes thereabouts left to go until we get to the time cap. 4 rounds of a run, a rope, and a yoke. And a little stumble for Tanya Osborne.
Stumble with your words or with Tanya Osborne's steps?
That was good. It was well timed. Osborne came in second place overall. She was 26 points back of Amanda Allen, and this will make her life more difficult going into the 3-event Saturday that lays on the horizon. Six finishers are in, and Osborne now in 7th place. That's a 50-point value. And the difference between her and Allen is now 76 points. Jolene Undershoot, by the way, nowhere to be seen. She was in 3rd place. Undershoot just getting off the rope. You'll see her run onto your picture here in a second in the blue bottoms and maroon top. The flaming locks of auburn hair as Jolene walks her way up to the yoke.
And being closer to the ground, yokes are a lot easier to do. And look at those short, choppy steps, exactly what we want with a yoke walk.
Those powerful legs for Undershoot. 9th place finish for Jolene Undershoot. That was after she had won 3 consecutive events to put her into contention. There's a height difference, by the way. Undershoot at 5'1", giving Mullis at 5'11" a hug. Yelena Kulik had a really good morning. And the Siberian will pick up 10th place and the 32 points it comes with. Inside a minute left to go to close out Friday here for the ladies of the Masters 45-49 bracket. Get the yoke fully across that blue line and into the finish line for Shannon Schleifer. She was 4th coming in. So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all finishing middle of the pack here in event 6. That gives Amanda Allen just more cushion.
Oh, a lot more breathing space for Amanda Allen. And if you're going to go into the 3rd day of competition when those bodies are a little beat up, perfect way to do it.
And we hit the cap. Amanda Allen, domination, demolishing, the 2 words she has used. She has done everything she can do.
Destruct. Amanda was center of the arena to start the run, but was very fast to get to the front. Held that after the 1st round. The yoke was probably where she made up a lot of ground with that positioning. On that back rack position. Nice and steady on the runs around. And then had a good look around when she was up the top of that rope to see where everybody was. Short break with Abbott, hot on the heels to the left of screen. But Amanda Allen, dominating performance.
Amanda Allen, Vicky Brazier.
Amanda, you opened up a big lead right off the bat in that event, but it ended up closing up a little bit as Nicole Abbott was right on your tail in that last yoke carry. Where were you able to pick up speed? Where did you lose a little bit?
Look, I knew Nicole was good on the rope climbs. I checked her stats off the qualifiers, and she's a bunny, right? She can run. And I know that I can just get up and climb the rope quickly over and over, so 4 was an advantage for me. So every time I came back with less rope climbs, my advantage wasn't so great. And I watched her warm up on the yoke, and she was a bit of a boss. So I knew it would be like between the 2 of us. So actually the worst part of that race was the run. I don't really understand that because I quite like running.
Well, after a couple days of competition, I fully understand. It's great to see you at the top of the leaderboard. We know you have this big scar on your abdomen. You had some serious surgery last December. How are you feeling now back on the competition floor?
Look, it's been an extraordinary journey, and nobody, least of all me, expected me to be here now. I shouldn't really be doing anything, 6 months after a massive surgery like this. So, look, everything, every day, every event and every win is a miracle to me, and I'm so grateful. And, it just gives everybody else hope who has these, obstacles and challenges that they face. It's not over until you say so.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. See ya.
Thank you, Nikki. There's that unicorn tattoo on her shoulder. She said, I'm a unicorn. I'm a miracle. She just said it right there. I shouldn't be doing this.
Overcoming adversity, and great to see I'm going to be biased. Great to see an Aussie at the top of the leaderboard. But Amanda Allen dominating, destructive, decimating. We're going to come up with some more D words over the next couple of days to describe Amanda Allen's performance, but she's not here to play. She's here to win. And what a great way to do it. Event number 6 with 100 points. They've got pretty tight towards the end.
Nicole Abbott with her best performance of day 2, chasing down Amanda Allen. Nice nod of respect for Amanda Allen toward Nicole Abbott in those comments post-event as well. Merrill Mullis with her best showing.
I like the running like a bunny. That'll do me.
It was a boss on the yoke. Boss and bunny for Nicole Abbott.
Tanya Osborne still in contention, finishing 7th in that event. So the shake-up on the leaderboard will continue. Jolene Undershoot coming in the top 10. So the top 3 are going to mix up just a little bit.
So that'll do it for event number 6. Not only for the women in the Masters 45 to 49 age bracket, but for all of the Masters and teams that we've covered and that you've seen here at the CrossFit Games, the Reebok CrossFit Games 2018. Those that competed it yesterday and those that are competing it here today. Let's start with the teenagers and go all the way back to the beginning. The standings for the girls division 16 to 17. There's Haley Adams and there's everyone else.
I cannot believe how she has dominated this division. There's a number of good athletes. Stefano, Smith, Kim, Senkis have all been around for the last couple of years. But Haley Adams has just put the foot down and refuses to take it off.
She is almost doubling up 3rd place. Let's take a look at the boys' 16 to 17 standings. Dallin Pepper, he was in 5th place after day 1. He's in 1st place after day 2.
This is a little bit more of a normal leaderboard that we would expect. Noah Casey, he had a great day 1, just fell off the pace a little bit today. Elwell still in contention as well from Guam. I'm excited to see what happens with these young gentlemen over the next 2 days of competition. Anderson and Kate still in the top 5 though.
All right, let's go boys to men. Insert a little Motown Philly and take a look at the 35 to 39 bracket. Kyle Kasperbauer with a 100-point lead over Uras Balkan.
So you need to have a name called Kyle and have a surname starting with K, and you're going to do pretty well in this division. Kleinschmidt doing well to get into that 3rd place position, but Starling in 5th with that win earlier on. Did him very well to get into 5th position. Philip Kniep still hanging around as well.
Yeah, podium up for grabs here.
Oh, of course. It's going to be hard to catch Kyle Kasperbauer with that 100-point lead. And Palkin doing very well in event 5 earlier today.
Let's bump it up another 5 years. This was an interesting one to watch. Sean Ramirez and Neil Maddox. Sean Ramirez going for the first 5-peat. And it's going to be a tough road to hoe. Neil Maddox said, hey, buddy, welcome to my world.
Yeah, it's mine. But Ramirez doing very well in event number 6, getting the 100 points and the win. Levy had a great event 5. So those two are going to be trading places, I'm sure, over the next couple of days.
For sure.
But at this stage, I could probably say that Maddox has got this wrapped up already, barring anything silly that's going to happen. But what a dominating performance from Maddox as well.
And let's not discount Sean Ramirez, by the way. He has shown very well, very much on the podium at this point after 2 days.
And he's got 2 event wins as well.
45 to 49. Matthew Swift has been a champion. So is Robert Davis. Brent Myers trying to be one. And we'll see how that 3-horse race and even some more Artur Komorowski's been around lurking since the start of the games.
I've really looked forward to this on the way into the games with the Matt Swift, Robbie Davids, both past champions, and they are battling it out really well, and I'm hoping it's going to stay this tight through our next 2 days of competition. But again, being biased, happy to see another Aussie at the top of the leaderboard.
Change genders on you. Let's go to the women's side, 35-39. Anna Tobias. She has Olympic gold. She'd like CrossFit gold. 480 her point total, a 78-point lead over the former American gladiator type performer, Helena Falk. Gladiator back in her home country of Sweden.
So Helena doing a great job on day 2 of competition. Sam Briggs moving into 7th. Now Myra Brandt, keep an eye on her because she had a bit of a tough struggle on the rope climbs, and she's going in to the next 2 days of competition with a little bit of an injury. So we're just going to keep an eye on her, but wait and see. But she's had a great day too.
And she struggled on the swim last year. She has to swim tomorrow.
If you've got an open wound from a rope climb, that swim is not going to be pretty.
Tie with seaweed. 40-44. Our next bracket, Stephanie Roy, the defending champion from the 35-39 bracket. 12-point difference. Kelly Friel.
Kelly Friel getting the win in event number 6. Joey Kimden hanging around as well, top 3. And Hannah Coldish having a pretty poor day 1, bouncing back this morning, but those rope climbs really started to suck at the back end of day 2 of competition. Martinez doing very well and finishing 2nd to Kelly Friel in event number 6, and also getting that event win in event 5.
And then in women's, 45-49, Amanda Allen is your leader. You can go to games.crossfit.com for the full leaderboard in that division and the rest of the divisions. Haley Adams, number 1. See if she can hold it the rest of the weekend. It's been a fun 2 days of competition on the Masters side. For Jeremy Austin, for Nikki Brazier, the rest of our CrossFit crew, an awesome job, a lot of fun. Glad you can spend some of your Friday here with us from Madison, Wisconsin. Games.crossfit.com has all of your coverage, and we'll be back with you inside the Age Group Pavilion tomorrow.